All right, I'm Nick. So if you're watching this video today, it's actually the same day I filmed the top speed video. I just drove back over to where I started. That way we can start again. I'm already sitting in it. The fish finder's still on from before, but the whole system is off, okay? So things to consider, it is the same hull as the Old Town Bigwater or the Predator. So if you already know that, or if you already know me, then you know that that's my favorite kayak of all time. I think it's the best kayak overall. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drop this bad boy in place. We're a little shallow here, but this thing's pretty durable, so I know I can pedal through that little sand with no issues. Remember, initial thoughts. It pedals in reverse easier than I assumed it would when I was touching it with my hands in that first video, okay? You can kind of feel the gears. It's very, very geary. You can hear it whining, which is the motors, okay? But it's very, very geary. You can kind of feel it click, 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 click. No big deal. I'm just telling you so you know what to expect. When you go back to go to first, reverse, or sorry, forward, I would definitely say it probably pedals a little bit harder than it did on the old system without the motor system in there, right? Not too much harder though, for sure. We're just pedaling, and we're already doing 3.5 miles per hour. So the hull is designed for pedaling, does a good job. So I'm not upset about that. So we already know things. We already know it's stable. We already know it turns well. I didn't adjust anything out of the box. All I did was put this in there. I did mount the fish finder up there, but that was it. But that was for the speed test. Obviously turns well. I used to have a little thing you put your fingers in here to help you stand up. That's not there anymore. No big deal. Obviously standing, not a great, not an issue or anything. Very stable, still wide. Talked about it in the video that you watched yesterday, hopefully, where there's a little bit of wind out here, 10-15 miles per hour, especially once you get out there. You can't really hear it or feel it here. Once you get out there, it's a little windy. It did really well in the top speed test, in my opinion. We'll talk about that later. We're just talking about pedaling for now. It pedals well. Reverse is a little bit harder. The transition between pedaling and the motor might be kind of weird, but we're going to figure that out. But it's something you get used to over time, right? And I can already tell you that the pros are going to outweigh the cons for me. I was able to go out there and just cruise around and not even use any energy, which is sweet for going and coming from fishing spots, right? Going off the beach or coming back to the beach. So like before, nothing's changed. Obviously this stuff wiggles and moves a little bit. I didn't notice anything too crazy. I noticed it when I was pedaling with the motor going full speed, that it wiggled a lot more. Try to adjust that down a little bit more. Not big deals. It is things that people notice when they get it, and then I get emails and questions about. Okay, so let's talk about the motor. That's what we're all here for, right? You have your kill switch over here. Now, you can't turn that on until you put the kill switch here. So, kill switch plugs in. Very, very easy, nothing to it, okay? Obviously, it should be attached to you. Push and hold this. She'll power up. You gotta push the plus button. It says you're responsible for safe operation. We got it, plus. If you watched the first video, this was a little bit higher. It was like 41.5 when I started. When we plugged that battery in out of the box, I charged it somewhere between 5-6 hours. I wasn't home when it fully charged. When I got back, I saw the green light. So it took 5 or 6 hours is what I estimate to get the battery fully charged out of the box. And I didn't test it to see how much battery life it had fresh out of the box. I just plugged it in and went about my day. So we're not going to kill the battery today. We're just going to go out there, show you guys how it works through the steps. I didn't read the manual. I'm just showing you as a random dude who's just sat in the kayak and is figuring it out for the first time, okay? We'll just start off pedaling. We're going to just hit this one. Now, this should just be helping us, okay? It shouldn't be taking over for us. It should just be helping a little bit. And it says battery consumption. It shows you how much battery you're using. So we're not really using much battery. Actually, let me get rid of this guy. Maybe you guys can see better. So it's just there to help. So once you start pedaling, it helps. As soon as you stop pedaling, it stops helping, okay? All right, so there's your battery consumption meter again. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty good. So it just gives you a little bit of assistance, right? So we're still doing 3.4 But look, that's not what I'm here for, okay? That's not what I see this as. I don't want help doing it. Okay, so that's what we need to talk about right there. Okay, so you're pedaling forward. You got this motor engaged. It clicks in. All right, so now you're ready to go to reverse. You need to stop. Boom. There's nothing there, okay? And then it gives you your power back. Uh-oh. Okay, there you go. All right, so it has to disconnect itself, which that's the only part that I'm really worried about, okay? So that's a little weird. And obviously it reduces your level to 0. But that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is the ability to put this on 5, push cruise, put this on 5, and go. Oh, you gotta help it out. You gotta start pedaling so it knows it can go. And then boom, it takes off. It's pretty cool. Some people will say maybe it's not that intuitive, but it's pretty intuitive for what it is, right? My goal with this is the ability to get in it and do exactly what I'm doing now. Go from A to B at 4.5, 5 miles per hour. Well, I got 5 helping it. I mean, you could pedal and help it, but it's not really needed, right? So we're just cruising. We're doing 4.7. We're pedaling. We're going over some fish down there, and I'm not using any energy now. Our battery consumption meter here is full go. Old Town says that at full go, you can go for 3 hours. We're getting a little bit of rain on us. 3 hours on level 5 with a moderate load, the new battery in, you know, calm conditions. We have nothing in here. We're not going to do the battery duration test today. It's because of the weather and the fact that, you know, we got in a car accident earlier, so I got some things I need to go handle. And I may be a little all over the place because of that. But out of the box, we're doing 4.5 miles per hour into a 10 to 15 mile per hour wind. Now we're going to turn around so it's not too loud. With the motor running, it turns good. I mean, it's doing it. Now we're not in heavy current or anything. So we'll see how that rudder holds up down the road. Usually they get flimsy because they're just, the plastic's not very hard. It turns well. It's very, very stable. Obviously you shouldn't stand up when the motor's going because that's foolish. And if the kill switch is connected to you, you're gonna unplug it when you stand up. But yeah, I mean, we're doing 4.7 miles per hour right now with the wind going across here. And if you wanted to go fish, let's say we want to go fish over there, well, great. We're just gonna go over there. We're gonna use 0 energy, and we'll just be there, which is awesome. It's incredible. I'm happy to see it. So now, this is the thing. This is the part that gets me, okay? So say I'm offshore, say I'm trolling for a big fish. I hook a big fish. This is cool because as soon as you touch the pedals backwards, it shuts the motor off. So now the motor's off. Now I can take over, and now I'm fighting the fish with no motor. That is awesome, okay? I like that. Now, go to reverse. It is definitely harder. You can feel the geary stuff. Maybe it concerns me for longevity, but functionally, it is what it is. It works good. This part is kind of weird though. So say you are on 5. We gotta help it. We gotta help it get started, and then you'll hear it take off. Okay, she's going. Oh, just kidding. Oh, we gotta put it on cruise. A lot of things. You gotta push the cruise button. That way it takes off and keeps going. All right, now, oh, wow, how are we starting? All right, gotta make sure she gets jump started. She's gone. Now, we're cruising. So, the coolest part before was you instantly had brakes. You could just stop on a dime pretty much. Now, we gotta stop. We gotta stop in a hurry. Boom, we're there. Nothing, no response. Okay, there's the response. Boom. Ooh, that sounded crazy. Okay. Those are my concerns. My initial thoughts, this thing is sweet. A to B, awesome. Stopping and that system pushing the little gear in, however it's working in there, is 100% my biggest concern. stability, everything is the same as the Bigwater in my mind. The seat position might be a little bit different, which is a good thing for everybody. Outside of that, man, I like it. I'm not unhappy about it at all. But we're not even going to bring up the price point, okay? The price point is crazy in my mind, but we'll leave it at that for now. The kayak itself, money not involved, is pretty sweet, okay? Especially if you're going to use it. If you're going to use it every day, the price probably doesn't matter to you that much. So yes, we are going to make more videos. We'll go in more depth. I'm pretty impressed, okay? So I look forward to getting it out into a fishing situation. And remember, I'm not going to use that motor to fish. I'm going to use it to troll, and I'm going to use it to go from A to B. But when I'm fishing, I'm just going to pedal, okay? The motor is just too much. I don't want that. Is it harder to pedal than the regular PDL drive? 100%, okay? That's going to deter some folks. But if you add it to the little level of assist and you put it on assist level 2 or assist level 3, like this, and it clicks in and it's helping you, but it's not running itself, okay, now it's easier to pedal again, and we're doing 3 miles per hour. And every time you stop and start pedaling, like, look, watch it. I stop pedaling, it stops. I start pedaling again, it starts helping me. That's pretty cool, and I ain't upset about that either, okay? So it's gonna take some more getting used to. Remember, just initial thoughts on the water, rambling and just talking about it as we go. So we're pedaling along. We're coming up to some trees over here. Let's go around these trees. Let's just do some zigzags. Oh, there's a tree. Submerged tree too. We're getting kind of shallow, 3.5 feet. Yeah, there's a tree right here too. I don't know if I'm ready to hit anything with it yet. Maybe I should. You guys can hear it. I know you can hear it. Which is a little weird. And like, I wouldn't use it in here to fish, man, because you're gonna be spooking fish if you really wanted to fish in here. Okay, we're coming up somewhere we gotta stop. Boom, nothing. There it is. Now we're stopped. That's pretty good. And once you go to stop, it takes that help level to 0, which is cool. A lot quieter with no motor involved. And if I was in somewhere like this, sight fishing for something or chasing brim or whatever, I wouldn't have that motor on, period. It's just gonna spook some fish. That's gonna be it for this video, okay? I rambled a bunch. Hopefully there's a bunch of useful information on there, and we'll get it on the water and we'll do some fishing with it here in the next few days, ideally. I'd like to go chase some tuna. I'd like to go chase some catfish with it up a river, see how it performs going up a river, okay? I think that's about it. You guys got questions, leave them in the comment section. We're gonna try to make the videos based off of what you guys ask in the comment section. So if you're still watching, thanks for watching.